And his proclamation has to do with childhood cancer. And I want to tell a very brief personal story before I read this proclamation. Many years ago, one of my best friends, a guy I went to high school and college with, got married. He and his wife had a young baby, and that baby at age 9 months was diagnosed with leukemia. And as I said, this is a very long time ago, and so the prognosis was very, very pessimistic. Time was very, very limited. However, none of the folks involved lost hope. And they spent, he and his mother, this young baby and his mother, spent the next 2 years, weekly trips, down to Houston's MD Anderson Hospital. That was about, well, I'll tell you how long, it was about 35 or 40 years ago. Today, that young man, his name is Ray Jackson, operates a very successful real estate business in Southwest Austin. So this is something we're talking about where we keep hope alive, we keep working, and things are going to continually get better. I'm sure the state of the art, the science is much better than it was even then. So we're very confident things are going to be good for you. The proclamation reads that, be it known that, whereas childhood cancer is the #1 disease killer and second leading cause of death of children aside from accidents, and whereas on any given school day, approximately 46 young people are diagnosed with cancer, totaling more than 12,500 children diagnosed each year, and whereas every year more than 2,500 children under the age of 20, our most precious resource and the treasures of our hearts, lose their lives to cancer. Now, therefore, I, Lee Leffingwell, Mayor of the City of Austin, Texas, do hereby proclaim September 2009 as National Childhood Cancer Awareness Month. And with that, I would like to turn it over to Thomas Molina to tell us his personal story. Thomas.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. First of all, could anyone who is here tonight who has had childhood cancer or knows someone with childhood cancer stand up, please? Thank you. My name is Thomas, and I'm 13 years old. I'm here tonight with my mom, my dad, my baby sister Bella, and also Dr. Linda Schaefer, a pediatric oncologist and director of the Children's Blood and Cancer Center of Central Texas at Bell Children's Medical Center. I've been battling leukemia off and on for over 10 years now. What I mean by that is I got it first when I was 3 years old and went through chemotherapy for a little over 3 years. After that, I had to recuperate and was off treatment for about 5 years. However, when I was 11, I found out I had relapsed the day before Thanksgiving. I started doing chemotherapy again, only this time it was much stronger than it was before. The first few months were very hard because they kept blasting me with high doses of chemo, and I was in the hospital most of the time and missed 6th grade and was only able to go to school 7th grade part-time. I was scheduled to complete chemo treatments in March of 2011, and last month I started going back to school full-time for the 8th grade. About 3 weeks ago, though, I learned that I have relapsed again, this time in my central nervous system. Now I am back in heavy chemotherapy and out of school again, and will be getting a bone marrow transplant in San Antonio in the next 6 to 12 weeks. My mom and I will have to be there for at least 3 months, maybe even longer. This is my best chance for being here now. Thank you, Mayor Leffingwell, for issuing this proclamation. Not many people know that September is National Childhood Cancer Awareness Month. Did you know that cancer is the #1 disease killer of children, more than asthma, diabetes, combined. It's true. 40,000 kids are currently in treatment for cancer in the United States today, and 46 more kids were diagnosed just today. Another fact is that of all the money for cancer research in the United States, only 3% goes to research for all childhood cancers. I hope that by making more people aware of childhood cancer, that more money will go for research for childhood cancers, and that someday, in my lifetime, we will find a cure. Because I don't ever want any other kid like me to have to go through what I'm going through.